Probably Jessie J. I don't like her.
Yeah. We watched an awful lot of The Voice in this house, and
I just the whole time I'll be looking at her like, do you want to try and be American anymore?
Could we not just like have this whole thing be Tom Jones talk about all the famous people he knows?
Yeah.
Because he loves doing that.
But seriously,
she said something like, I remember this, and I really didn't think we'd be talking about The Voice on this, but this is what happens with these Pokemon shows. On one, you know the loose concept of how The Voice works, like where they turn around. But if multiple ones of them turn around, they pitch, and the person picks whichever judge they prefer, right? So they're all pitching at this one kid. I can't remember who it was. It was really early season. I should preface this by saying we traditionally in this house enjoy the worst of television, and we laugh at it very much. But anyway, so we're watching this, and they're all pitching at this one guy or girl, whoever it was, to come with them. And Jesse's retort to Will and to the dude from the script is like, she's talking about the amount of #1 records she had in the last couple of years, which is like the ultimate dick move, right? And Tom Jones, sitting back in his chair, just said something like, I remember the first time I had a #1 record in 1965 or whatever he said, whatever year he said, and he goes, and then in 1966, 1967, I took a year off in 1968, but who's counting? It's brilliant. And there are other times where he talks about like having lunch with Elvis and stuff like that. Anytime anyone sings a song, he has a story about whoever sung it, like, because he hung out with all of them and wrote all of them, because he's Tom Jones.
What a lad.
Oh, Knight of the Realm, don't you know?
Yeah. Actually, see, now I'm opening up and I'm really thinking about all these other people. I'd love to have
Tom Jones.
I'd love to have John Cleese next to me.
Oh, you see, John Cleese sometimes can be very prickly.
He can, but
possibly in a fun way.
Yeah, and I'd like to be next to it to see it, because I like to think that I would be able to ask him questions that he would, enjoy, or at least have conversation with him and enjoy.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen? There's a debate from it was just after The Life of Brian. And he's with the Archbishop of Canterbury or something to do with a religious state, and they're talking about the film. I've seen the debate. Is it him and Michael Palin? Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Oh, it's incredible.
God,
it's incredible. Like an almost too intelligent man.
Yeah,
John Cleese.
Yeah,
as well as a comedic genius.
The fire.
Yeah.
That was being the piss that was being boiled.
Oh, so much piss.
Oh my god. Yeah. So I gave you a man. I gave you a woman. Probably Weezer would be really awkward, or some.
Do you know who Brian was curiously suggesting for a couch beside me? It's Daniel Craig.
Oh, why is that curious?
I wouldn't have picked Daniel Craig as being, there's like quality late night show fodder.
And no, he would just talk, and everyone would be like, oh, Daniel.
Yeah.
Like, as long as he doesn't have to do his...
Don't steal the spotlight from me, mate.
As long
I'm
as
here
he...
to talk about Pokemon.
As long
on YouTube.
as he... Look, anyone next to me is going to be more fucking charismatic than me, so... but yeah, as long as he doesn't have to do his American accent, just... Fuck me, that Tomb Raider film, that accent...
He said to me as well, Brian. He said,
"I thought he was saying Daniel Craig." I was like, "What did he say to you?"
Brian said to me, "I'd say you'd hate to have Robert Pattinson on there," and I said, "On the contrary, because what I have noticed is that since those Twilight films came out, no one has shit on them more than Robert Pattinson."
Oh, really?
Oh, it's a big regret for him by the sounds of it. He just constantly shits on how bad those films are.
Yeah,
it's a good time. And I'd like to talk to him about that.
Yeah,
how miserable were you?
See, there's a bunch of people like that where I don't like the films, but it's not like I don't like the people, because it's hard to hate someone that you don't know, for the most part.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, well. But, yeah, people like that, I would just be curious to know kind of what your thoughts now, what are you up to, and just find out, them as a person, because, there's been a few times where I've met relatively famous people and had very short conversations with them, and you can't really kind of crack them in any way to find out.
Oh, actually, I just thought one would continue.
Yeah. No.
No, because speaking of relatively famous people that I've had short conversations with, and it's been fun time back and forth. Catelyn Ran.
Oh yeah, I can imagine.
There would be great banter.
Yeah,
and no one sober.
Yeah,
no one will be sober.
No.
Do you know it was a very insightful interview? Talking about someone who wouldn't be a great laugh, but is certainly a part of my life from when I was growing up that I'd have, like, I'd be able to talk to, because I am familiar with their canon, their oeuvre.
Yeah.
And would definitely have some insightful things to say on a Late Show panel now, because I listened to his WTF episode recently, is Steve O.
Oh, yeah, Steve O, yeah.
Yeah, since he's turned his life around, he has a lot of interesting things to say.
Yeah, well, he's lived a very interesting life.
I did not know he's nearly 41 or 42.
Well...
Nor did I know he's a British citizen.
Okay.
And a Canadian citizen. And an American citizen.
Right. 2 of those I was not aware of. But him being nearly 40 doesn't surprise me, because Jackass was like 16 years ago.
Stop talking.
Huh?
Stop saying these things.
Sorry, yeah.
He was born in London.
Really?
Yeah, his father's American and his mother was born in Canada. So he has triple citizenship.
Well, no.
He has 3 passports.
Do you remember when he showed up on an episode of Raw and had a fight with Umaga?
Indeed, I do remember that.
Oh, I got the key.
But yeah, he was on WTF talking about like his struggles with addiction and stuff like that, and he was going through his life, because, you know, Mark Maron likes to dig into the whole life story.
Yeah.
In the interviews, and talk about how, like, he moved around a lot. Like, his father was like the chief, the CEO of Pepsi Cola Brazil. So when his first words were in Portuguese, and by 5 or 6, Steve-O knew 3 languages, and by 8 or 9 had forgotten 2 of them.
That doesn't surprise me. Like, you get people like that where, how's the best way to put it? You know, because he's a very creative. He's a person who just, like, he goes out and he experiences things. You know, and, you know, at some point he decided, well, he wanted to go fucking join the circus, and then Jackass came along.
Well,
so,
he did go to clown college.
Yeah. It's like he has. I can see him being equal parts an idiot and equal parts genius. You know.
He was telling a story. I don't want to spoil the whole thing. I think people should go to check out Mark Maron's WTF. Like, if you're on the internet and haven't listened to an episode of WTF, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. But check out his episode. Like, he tells a particular story about how, like, he realized that his whole, like, hurting himself thing is all for people to like him.
Yeah.
And he was like, one time when he was in, like, really small in school, one of his teeth was loose, and he knew that, like, a good budge would rip it out, and if you rip out a tooth before it falls out, then there's going to be a lot of blood.
Yeah.
So he sat down deliberately beside the prettiest girl in his class and said, I can leave class anytime I want to. And she's like, what are you talking about? And he just went, honk! And then excused himself as blood was pouring all over the place. And as he was leaving the room to go to the nurse, he stood up and turned around to your one and went, see? And she was utterly horrified. So he was like, say to Mark Maron, the story of his life is like trying to do really hurtful things to himself to make people like him, and it going too far and creeping everyone out.
Fucking hell. I've got another person that I wouldn't want sat next to me, Michael McIntyre.
Fuck that! No, yeah, I can't.
Because I
can't even deal with
I couldn't even pretend to find the man funny.
No, I can't. Never seen it. Never seen it. Similarly, Dane Cook. Well, you're lucky if that doesn't come to mind.
Doesn't come to mind.
Look it up afterwards, or don't actually.
You know, I'm grand.
Larry the Cable Guy is not a problem. Although Larry the Cable Guy, like, is a character, and that's kind of incredible. Everyone should check out the roast of Larry the Cable Guy, which is great. Some great draw, does best work. I think Mark Maron actually would be a potentially bad one.
Yeah,
because, like, he's very intense.
Actually, you know,
he's very, very intense.
Do you know who?
Has known to, like, just take against people and hold a grudge with them forever.
Do you know who'd be a really bad one that I'm surprised neither of us thought of yet? CM Punk.
Yeah, but, like, what would he? He's never going to fight, so what would he be on a talk show for? Well, yeah, I suppose in a world of infinite possibilities.
Connor's been on some late night show, sure.
Yeah, no, but Connor's actually had fights.
Well. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, you're using the element of realism as talking about me playing Pokemon might apparently fucking appear on Letterman.
I'm talking there's very few parallel universes in which CM Punk eventually does fight.
Oh, yeah. I suppose that might be less realistic than the idea of me on a fucking late night talk show.
It might actually be. I think bookies might give you better odds.
Hey, I'm going to be working there soon, I'll find out for you.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah, I got a job.
Yay! Hey! Long search is over.
I'll be taking all your bets for the Euros.
Oh god, yeah, you're going to be working all during that.
Yeah.
Which is fine though, you won't miss anything because I'll be gone for the second half of the tournament, so you're going to have a miserable time anyway.
Yeah. I went back and I was watching highlights of the last World Cup.
School World Cup.
Hot takes here. It was a fucking very good World Cup.
It was my favourite since 2002.
After the absolute fucking just ball ache that was the 2010 World Cup.
The black hole of goals that was the 2010 World Cup.
Fucking stay
Was
there.
that the second lowest or third lowest goals tally for a World Cup, that 2010
Wouldn't surprise me.
How the hell are you still in this maze, by the way?
Because I'm like grabbing pretty much everything. But like the two things I remember about that World Cup more than anything else, and then when I say that, another 10 things come to mind. A is obviously Brazil against Germany. Just one of the most insane things I've ever witnessed.
Yeah.
And that James Rodriguez goal.
There's also I have a soft place for Spain-Holland.
Yeah.
In the group stages.
Yeah, but we've had this conversation before, and I much prefer the World Cup final
I
version
know,
of that.
the Street Fighter match.
There's a still shot of De Jong, like...
Oh, the karate kick on Xavi Alonso. Yeah.
Oh, shit, that was funny.
But that I always say that for the football fans listening, that you can trace the exact moment that Robin Van Persie as a concept ceased to be to that header he scored in that match, because that was the last of it.
Yeah.
That was the last of his world-class talent.
Yeah.
And he used it well, God
Yeah.
bless him.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, what a good one. I was really upset as well because I was really like banking on Colombia to get pretty far because they were probably them and Chile were the teams I was enjoying
quite
most.
well.
Yeah, but they should have fucking spanked Brazil. I was so
Yeah.
upset. Luis did score a really good goal in that game, but it's very disappointing.
Yeah, that's only a few weeks away now. Premier League's wrapping up this
Yeah,
weekend.
it will be only a few weeks away. Yeah,
Yeah, we'll be starting by the start of June, which isn't that long away.
it's not. Got any hot takes? Any?
I have to think about it. I usually, for the two major football tournaments, so every 2 years I place a bet. And I bet on outright winner and top goal scorer.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to really have a think about it. Outright winner, I think will be less difficult than top scorer in this one.
Yeah.
I think we're going through a period where there is a lack of utterly prolific goal scorers, and unfortunately most of the ones that there are not from Europe.
Yeah, and the one that I can think of that was doing quite well has just disappeared off the face of the earth, which was Roman Lukaku.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Belgium could be in a fair bit of trouble considering Vincent Kompany is going to miss the tournament now. By the looks of it.
Wah wah.
And England in a little bit of trouble. Dazzer Welbeck is going to miss it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, by the looks of it. Because he got carted off there in the Arsenal match yesterday.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, apparently.
Bad times. Question I had for you.
Indeed.
This is more to do with World Cup than the other thing.
Okay.
Can you find out for me?
We're all over the map.
We
on
are.
This show.
We are. Can you find out for me quickly how old is James Rodriguez?
I think he's about 26.
Really?
That would be my guess.
Okay, because how's he doing at Madrid at the moment?
He's not starting every game.
No, but he's...
You know, on the bench at Real Madrid is still better than starting for most clubs.
Yeah.
But,
because he...
why do you say?
Well, because he had a very, very good World Cup.
He did.
Yeah.
Which is why he ended up where he ended up.
Yes. And so my thing I want to bring up is the potentiality, the potential of him becoming the all-time scorer of the World Cup, which obviously was done by Closer in this World Cup.
Oh dear, he is 24.
24!
He's not 25 until July.
Good lord. Well, I'm further cementing that being a thing that could happen.
He has 14 goals and 42 appearances for the senior Colombian side. And in fairness, he has 20 goals and 54 appearances for Real Madrid. I would like to see him. Yes, he's only got 54 appearances over 2 full seasons with them, so that's he's playing about half the time.
Yeah. I tell you what, alright? This is one thing, and I think we had this conversation when I started playing the my version that I have on my 3DS. The lack of inventory space is a fucking pain in this game.
Yeah, I think maybe when we finish this game, we won't waste time on the stream. Maybe dump all your TMs and stuff. The stuff you're not going to need in a hurry into the box.
Yeah. Fire. Da, 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 da.
You would think if you set a cloud of noxious gas on fire would be much more devastating.
Well, I'm sure there are a number of scenarios like that within this world that would also make sense, but alas, here we are.